Welcome to Chemistry for 10 plus 2. On this channel, we are referring the new syllabus which has been changed recently based on the year 2020. So, like my channel, subscribe it and hit the bell icon. Let's begin. Dear students, a very good morning to you. Today we are going to see question and answers based on the chapter Solutions. So let's begin with it. Before starting with that, like my channel, share it with your friends and subscribe it. Hit the bell icon to get the notification. So let's begin. Let's talk about the next question. Vapor pressure of solution of a non-volatile solute is always. And the four options are, first one is equal to the vapor pressure of pure solvent. Second option, higher than the vapor pressure of pure solvent. Third option, lower than the vapor pressure of pure solvent. And fourth is option D, that is constant. The answer here is option number C, lower than vapor pressure of pure solvent. Now why it is so? We are knowing, let's understand it properly. Vapor pressure of solution of a non-volatile solute is always. Right? So here let's talk about the vapor pressure of pure solvent. When we are considering a solvent, that means it has some vapor pressure. But when we add non-volatile solute in this pure solvent, we find since it is non-volatile, it will not have that vapor pressure, that higher vapor pressure, as we find it in the pure solvent. So it forms a layer upon that pure solvent. So the evaporation process decreases, or you can say the rate of evaporation decreases. And that's why vapor pressure of solution of a non-volatile solute is always lower than the vapor pressure of pure solvent. Right? Let's understand the next question. A liquid has vapor pressure 35 multiplied by 10 raised to 3 Newton per meter square at 398 Kelvin. If the solution contains 0.2 mole fraction of solute, the vapor pressure of the solution will be, and we have to find out the vapor pressure. And the options were given. The first option was 2.8 multiplied by 10 raised to 3 Newton per meter square. Second option 7 multiplied by 10 raised to 3 Newton per meter square. Third option 7.0 multiplied by 10 raised to 4 Newton per meter square. And fourth was 28 multiplied by 10 raised to 3 Newton per meter square. Now here the vapor pressure of liquid is given. Liquid means it's pure one, pure solution. So we can, pure solvent. So we can write it here as P0. P0 is for vapor pressure of pure solvent. So P0 that is given, that will be 35 multiplied by 10 raised to 3 Newton per meter square. Then if the solution contains 0.2 mole fraction of solute, right? So solute, mole fraction of solute is indicated by X2, which is found to be 0.2 mole. Now if we have to find out, here we have to find out the vapor pressure of the solution. Okay, so lowering in vapor pressure first we will find, and then we will find the vapor pressure of the solution. So how the lowering in vapor pressure is found? The formula is P0 minus P upon, that is P naught minus P upon P naught is equal to X2. If we take P naught as common, we can write it as 1 minus P upon P naught, which is equal to X2. Or we can write it as P upon P naught is equal to 1 minus X2. Or we can also write it as, instead of 1 minus X2, we can write it as X1, because we are knowing X1 plus X2 is equal to 1, right? So what will be 1 minus X2? It will be X1. So X1 will be 1 minus X2. So P upon P naught is equal to X1. Or P is equal to X1 P naught. P naught we have taken on this side. So if we put the value, now we are knowing what is P. P is the vapor pressure of the solution, and this only we have to find out. So we can write it as, what is X1? It will be 1 minus 0.2 multiplied by 35 multiplied by 10 raised to 3. So here X1 is 1 minus 0.2 multiplied by P naught is 35 multiplied by 10 raised to 3. So if we subtract 0.2 minus 1, so we get here 0.8 multiplied by 35 multiplied by 10 raised to 3. So if we calculate this, the value of P, that is vapor pressure of solution, is found to be 28 multiplied by 10 raised to 3 Newton per meter square. So this is what we wanted to calculate, the vapor pressure of the solution, and it is found to be 28 multiplied by 10 raised to 3, and this was option D. Let's talk about question number 9. Molar elevation constant is elevation in boiling point is produced by. This was the MCQ, and the options were, the first option was 1 gram of solute in 100 gram of solvent. Second option, 100 gram of solute in 1000 gram of solvent. Third option, 1 mole of solute in 1 liter of solvent. And option D, 1 mole of solute in 1 kg of solvent. When we are talking about molar elevation constant, that is elevation in boiling point, we are talking about molality. And when we are talking about molality, the solvent we are considering always, that is 1 kg. So the option will be option D, that is 1 mole of solute in 1 kg of solvent. So option D is the correct answer. The next MCQ, that is 10th one. Raoult's law is not applicable to. And the options are, first one, solutions of volatile solutes. Second option, solutes of electrolytes. Third option, dilute solutions. And fourth option, concentrated solutions. Here we have to talk about not applicability of Raoult's law. So in which solutions or to which type of solutions Raoult's law is not applicable. So when we are talking about the solutions, we are adding the solute in the solvent. That means we are preparing dilute solutions. So whenever we are talking about Raoult's law, we are talking about dilute solutions. So here the applicability is not, here it is asked not applicable. So the option number D, that is concentrated solutions, will be the correct answer. So Raoult's law is not applicable to concentrated solutions. Since we are adding solute in the solvent, it becomes dilute. So they are applicable for dilute solutions only and not the concentrated solutions. Next question, that is question number 11. Which of the following aqueous solutions have minimum elevation in boiling point? Okay. And the solutions were given. First one was 0.1 molar KCl. Second one, 0.05 molar sodium chloride solution. Third one, 1 molar AlPO4, and fourth was 0.1 molar MgSO4. Now let's understand it one by one. Here, when we are talking about aqueous solutions, so KCl in its aqueous form will give you K positive ions and Cl negative ions. So K positive ions will be 0.1 molar and Cl negative will also be 0.1 molar. Therefore, total particles will be equal to 0.1, so 0.2 mole. Let's talk about 0.05 molar NaCl solution. This is also aqueous. So here we get Na positive plus Cl negative. So here Na positive will give 0.05 and molar, and Cl negative also 0.05 moles. So total particles will be equal to 0.1 mole. Let's talk about 1 molar AlPO4. In its aqueous form, it will give you aluminium 3 plus PO4 3 minus. So this will be, aluminium will be 1 molar. This will also be 1 molar. So total particles will be 2 mole. Let's talk about MgSO4 in its aqueous form. It will give you Mg2 plus SO4 2 minus. So this will be 1 molar, this will be 1 molar. So total particles will be equal to 0.1. So 0.1 we have to write down. 0.1 and 0.1 gives you 0.2 mole. Okay. So here, which of the following aqueous solution has minimum elevation in boiling point? That we have to tell. From all this, what we have calculated here, we are knowing that boiling point elevation is the colligative property that depends on number of particles in the solution. And the solution having more number of particles will have larger boiling point elevation, and the solution having less number of particles will have minimum boiling point elevation. So here the question was, which of the following aqueous solution have minimum boiling point elevation? So here we can say, the solution having less number of particles will have minimum boiling point elevation. So here we find it is 0.2 mole, it is 0.1 mole, it is 2 mole, and here it is 0.2. So this is minimum. This is minimum. So 0.05 molar NaCl solution will have minimum boiling point elevation. So option number B, that is 0.05 molar NaCl will have minimum elevation in boiling point. So option B will be the correct answer. Next question, question number 12. Abnormal molar mass is produced by. The four options given were: first option, association of solute. Option B, or second option, dissociation of solute. Option C, both association and dissociation of solute. And option D, separation by semi-permeable membrane. So here we are knowing that abnormal molar mass is produced by association of solute as well as dissociation of solute. So A and B are also correct, but we have to tell both. So that's why option C, which shows both association, as we are knowing association means merging of the two particles to form one. So there is decrease in the particles, which shows abnormal molar mass. So both association and dissociation. In dissociation, there is formation of ions. Where there is complete dissociation, we find the number of particles are doubled. So that's why there is abnormality in the molar mass. When we are talking about the colligative properties, we find there is abnormality in the molar mass. So both association and dissociation of solute is responsible for the abnormal molar mass. Okay. Let's talk about the question number 13. Unit of Kf is. Kf is cryoscopic constant. We are knowing that delta Tf is equal to Kf multiplied by molality. Then what will be Kf? Cryoscopic constant Kf will be equal to delta Tf divided by molality. Delta Tf has the unit either Kelvin or degree Celsius, and molality is expressed in mole per kg. Now, if we want to know the unit of Kf, we can write it as Kelvin, and if we take kg above, it becomes kg, so this will be cancelled, and moles if we take above, it becomes per mole, so mole. So the unit of Kf is Kelvin kg per. Next question was question number 14. Isotonic solutions are the solutions having the same, and the options were, first option was surface tension, second option vapor pressure, third option osmotic pressure, and fourth option viscosity. As per the definition we have learned, the solutions having the same osmotic pressure at a given temperature are called isotonic solutions. The solutions having same osmotic pressure. So here we are talking about the option C. So we can write it here as C. Solutions, isotonic solutions are the solutions having same osmotic pressure. Subscribe my channel, like it, and share it with your friends. Hit the bell icon to get the notification updates. Thank you.